Hi, welcome back. For those of you who remember, not too long ago, Marvel had a series called The Civil War. That was where the superheroes fought. It was a big, wonderful crossover event. And at the climax of that comic book event, Captain America died. I thought to myself, well, I like the concept of a civil war, but if you're going to go civil war, you have to go a bit further. And I also want to find a way of bringing back Captain America. I'm like that. I like thinking about the research and so forth. So what I wanted to do was come up with two groups based on the concept of a civil war. Well, of course, you'd have one group that would be called the Resistance. You'd also have an underground group. Now, the Resistance, of course, would be people who knew Captain America, be more of a Captain America spin-off. So I looked in the research of all the Captain America characters that he had in the past. For example, people like Agent Number 9. I want to bring her back and improve on her. Characters that would be inspired by Captain America, the Spirit of 76. So what we did was I basically looked at some of the characters I thought would be really good to have playing both sides of the field as well. For example, Ultra Girl as part of the Resistance, and Ultra Girl as sort of a registered superhero. And that's basically it. This was the Resistance. Captain America allies who had come out of the woodwork to basically help fight the powers that be. That said, the concept was that Steve Rogers' body would have been smuggled out by another group of characters that was consumed and destroyed in a previous storyline. I'm talking about Alpha Flight. Because in the real Civil War, the Underground Railroad brought people up to Canada. And I want to resurrect Alpha Flight as well. So I did it in a different way. Vindicator becomes sort of a half Nemesis person. And the storyline behind that was Nemesis sacrifices herself to bring back the Alpha Flight team that had apparently died. Guardian remains Guardian, but he starts operating in the United States as a new American Guardian. And of course, he'd have to have a stealth suit as well. We brought back some new characters as Puck. He's got some new abilities now. We have some characters like Wild Child's evolved. I also wanted to bring the characters of North Star and Aurora to a more Canadian feel, less stereotypes. So I came up with new designs for them. And I also did some research. I wanted to bring back a few characters you haven't seen for a while. For example, Marina, which Alpha Flight has brought back recently. But I also want to have a new character called Namor's son. Smart Alex's sister. And for those of you who remember Alpha Flight, the Plodex, they've evolved. And the whole concept was that the Alpha Flight team became the Underground, the Steve Rogers, Captain America people became the Resistance. And that's it for the Civil War concept we had. This could still be used today. Most of these characters are fairly eternal and can be used in several ways. I can still see myself doing this as a what-if story. So that's it for the Marvel concepts. We'll see you next time.